Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video about your favorite game suffering through a midlife crisis, Bless Online. Now shout out to Matthew Smith for tweeting this information at me because I wouldn't have known until, maybe 27 hours later. So as you guys know, and as we discussed in my last video, is that Bless Online still has plans of returning after the ups and downs of it's closing, it's coming back, it's closing, it's coming back, or we're merging servers, the game sucks in Russia. Well, here we are with more information about the game coming back, so we're breaking the pattern here. NeoWiz has not yet given up. In fact, they have just announced the Rebuild project. Now, for some reason, this reminds me of Final Fantasy XIV, whereas the game went to shit and then a Realm Reborn was born and the game just like kind of came back and was super strong. Only difference is that we never really got a chance to play in NA and EU, so that kind of sucks. But what if Bless came back and was just like a totally different game? And you're probably saying, what do you mean different game? Well, I'm going to continue reading through this article and you guys will find out. So the idea is to change the game's fundamentals instead of trying to make partial changes. Therefore, NeoWiz will pursue three main objectives with the Rebuild project. That being examining the game system and framework thoroughly, not afraid of abandoning the current game structure and rebuilding it from scratch. Now that right there, that's cool. Like, this idea is awesome because if it's a completely different game but still kind of with the Bless theme, then it could be something amazing. However, saying something like that is just, it might be stretching it quite a bit. Like, rebuilding the game from scratch, holy hell, how much time will we need before we get Bless Online? Like another 3 or 4 years, because it's been a while since the game was originally announced. And adding new content, of course. Now, below are the current problems of Bless Online according to the dev team. Character growth. It's hard for players to feel changes even when they equip new items. Players can barely feel changes after enhancing their gear. It's difficult for players to enhance the items. I guess lots of RNG. Never really got to that point in Bless. The combat. There are many skills for a class, but they fail to interpret a class's unique characteristic and identity. Well, I mean, I guess I can kind of agree. This kind of points back to the skills and animations just being shit in my opinion and not really feeling that impact. And yeah, as I said, the animations just weren't all that. It would be cool to have some better animations for different classes. Too many inefficient techniques for a class, and battle is frustrating. And yes, I highly agree that battle is frustrating because sometimes the game felt like I was playing Dark Souls. It's like I'd have to taunt one monster at a time. So literally the kill quest would take me like a fucking hour because I'm sitting there taking on one enemy at a time because I don't have a party. It was just really tedious. Now, of course, when the game comes to NA and EU, I'll most likely have a party if it ever comes to my region, and those kill quests will be much easier. Mounts and pets. Mounts, pets, and servants lack a variety. There's no reward from investing into a mount, pet progression, and the training gameplay is not fun. So I guess they're going to make the game more Pokemon-like. That was a joke, I'm just kidding, but hopefully they better the system. Gathering and crafting. A lot of crafting products are useless. It's funny how they're just putting out all this info like, yeah, this part of our game sucked, and this part of our game sucked as well. Oh yeah, and this one part, it really sucked. Too many weird and useless materials, and it's hard for players to gather what they want. I agree, because my inventory was just filled with clutter. It was filled with bullshit that I would just take to a merchant and sell for silver or, I don't know, pennies, and it wasn't even worth anything. It's just like, why is this in the game? The UI and user experience. The UI isn't good enough to help players to understand and play the game. I don't know if I quite agree with that, but whatever. A test server will be live for a certain period of time in order to test the game changes and receive feedback. More detailed information will be made public on July 25th. So on the 25th, if there is more information that's interesting or cool, then I will cover that on this channel. NeoWiz shares some information about the new PvP content, which is currently under development. It's a flag contest. The new PvP content will be released in the game at the end of August 2017, so I'm assuming this is a capture the flag kind of PvP mode. Not really the most exciting addition to the game, but hey, more PvP, that's cool. So what do you guys think? At the moment, I'm feeling a bit more optimistic about this game. I still don't really care if it comes or doesn't come, but the fact that they're mentioning that they could be rebuilding the game from scratch, and for some reason after this article, it just really makes me think about the success of a Realm Reborn, then it kind of makes me more optimistic and have a bit more hope if they do make changes or decide to bring Bless back. And if we actually get an NA or EU version, that would be awesome, because our first impressions, or at least maybe a couple weeks of doing all the dungeons and PvP with a group of friends, would be fun, because as of right now I haven't been playing many MMOs and yeah, I guess I kind of miss it. I don't miss it enough to jump into games that I don't want to play though. And also, just to mention, the other day uploading that mobile video on the channel, thanks for the feedback guys, although most of you disliked it within the first 20 seconds instead of actually watching the video to see if it was entertaining, but you know, that's cool. I will continue to upload mobile gaming videos on the second channel, but keep in mind, if you guys subscribe to the second channel, there's going to be just a bunch of shit there, like vlogs, possibly videos of my cars, and you guys are definitely going to see some lewd shit on that channel because I'm sponsored by JList.com, and you know, if you guys want to know what JList is, go ahead and give them a visit, but it's NSFW, so don't visit it if your mother's behind you or if you're at work. Other than that guys, let me know what you guys thought about this. What do you think about Bless? You know, are you excited? Are you still in that you know, I just really don't give a shit? And if you don't give a shit, I'm sorry to keep covering this game, but it is something that I find interesting, so I'm going to keep covering it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you soon, friends.